Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode here on our single player survival world, and we are gonna get hit. What? Wait, we're not getting hit? Great, okay, I can see where it came from. Alright, that's a good start to the episode already. What we have done in between episodes is, you guys know we were in the nether, and you can see that we've done a bit more to our nether hub. Honestly guys, I've been having so much fun doing this thing. It's actually been, I've really been having a blast. I'm not even kidding you. I don't know what it is. It's just this project has been kind of a little bit different. You can see I've been messing around with a few ideas here. I put in some of these things up here. I put in a bit of a garden. I even left this little random rimmy thing around the sides here, and I thought I've kind of got used to it. I don't mind it. So they have, they've been looking alright. I think these little towers. I think the lanterns do a good job, and I've also done a bunch more with the roof, in fact. So I think from that side there, is this the side? Yeah, you can see I've got a little thing going up there. I've almost, completed, actually. I look like I might have actually completed all the way to that side there, where you can't see any more of the sky, which is great, because that means that we know how far we have to go to get this thing covered. And it's not actually that bad. I've had, as you can see, I've put a few furnaces here, busy making us some of that, and we've got probably enough cactus green now to continue on the rest of the way. Look at that. That's pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with how this is coming, and I am really excited to just get a bit more done to it, because as I say, I've been having so much fun with it, and I think it'll be good to get started on it, maybe our first tunnel, and that tunnel will be all the way to spawn. So that is spawn over there, if you guys don't know that. And what spawn is pretty much absolutely nothing. But that being said, we may we'll definitely at one stage need to come out by spawn. Let's actually go through it. I'll show you spawn. It's really nothing special. It's just a portal on top of a hill, pretty much. So there we go. This is it. Absolutely nothing spectacular whatsoever. A very odd-shaped square portal, but that's pretty much it. It's nothing else. So we may as well head back into the nether. We'll probably get a bunch of lag right now. Not too bad, actually. But one thing, let me quickly show you. I'll walk you through what I've done in between, and I'll show you what my idea is for this tunnel, because I've got somewhat of an idea, but nothing too spectacular at the moment. So what I've done is I decided I would first put in some of these lanterns, which made this place really bright, and I'm glad, because it makes you feel like you're not necessarily in the nether. As soon as we cover up those and those, it might not even be obvious. I mean, if we can get rid of those guys spawning, that'll be even more authentic, I guess. I still gotta fill in the top bits over there behind the roof, but you can see I've put on these little roofs, and I was trying out a few things with some fence gates, which I don't think work too badly. I'm not a fan of the what is that thing called? I got some in here. Android. Androids up there. I don't know. Maybe they'll grow on me, maybe they won't. But what I'm thinking, because I was originally wanting to put in some fake windows or something on here, as if we're in a courtyard that's being looked out onto. I thought that could look kind of cool, but I think this 2-block wide things over here, these two things, won't be wide enough. And I think perhaps putting in some banners or something could look kind of nice to distinguish our, well, first of all, which direction we're going. But not only that, I think that would look kind of good. So that's a thought. And another thing you can see I've done is I've put in this andesite bottom with a bit of a rim of oak logs, and I thought that looked really, really good just around the garden area, which I thought was really a nice idea, at least, using some of this blank, boring andesite, which is like the one you dig out of the ground, which I thought actually made a pretty good good texture to work with over here, along with some of the polished andesite, just little blocks here and there, which really, really works, I personally think, very well. So, let's continue on with my idea for this tunnel all the way to spawn. So, the thought is, and you can see, I've got a little bit of a thing going on here. I like that. I like what came out of that. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a long path going all the way there. And I think we'll have, you know, the normal nether hub repeating pattern stuff, you know, of, for instance, actually, let me get some blocks out. Like, for instance, just getting stuff to repeat a bit, you know, because in the end, we're going to have paths going for hundreds or blocks, or hundreds, even thousands. Actually, there would be a few thousand. This one over here would probably be 1,000. This one here is a few hundred, you know what I mean? It's something that does, you need to do something along the way. You need to do something. So, is that all the oak we have already? Man, we've got to get more oak. And what else do I need? I needed that. Maybe we'll get a bit of these guys. We may as well actually try them out. I'll show you how they actually don't look too bad. And yeah, that'll be good for now. I think they'll be alright. Yeah. No, it actually won't. We'll get some of this. And maybe some of those. And those and those. Good. Now we should have enough. All right, so the plan is we're going to keep it on a half block the whole way. All of these tunnels we want to be on a half block, and the reason we want half blocks or glass blocks is obviously because they are unspawnable, and we don't want things to spawn, of course. Of course we don't. So what I'm thinking is perhaps over here we can maybe just make this piece a little bit more hidden. Maybe we can put something in over here, like another one of these, just to hide this so that we can start our own repeating pattern. So we can maybe just do a double one of these and we'll continue on from there. So the thought with the tunnel to spawn is I want the spawn tunnel to be very much related to these tunnels here. I don't want this area here, because I mean, it's spawn, it's coming into our main base. The main base has got this theme in this node, I guess you could call it. And I think spawn would be pretty cool to kind of have some continuity in that. So maybe we can get rid of these over here. And in fact, I want to continue that one down one block. And I want to do the same on this side here, just because we need it. We do need it. So there we go, and there we go. Great, and we'll work it out. So this is obviously the height that we're gonna go. I'm guessing we'll probably continue on this height the whole way. I can't see us changing the height up at any stage. And we're obviously gonna need a bunch more oak logs. I'm actually thinking, when I was busy on the roof there a bit earlier, I was thinking, how dumb was I? Like, what was my idea with this whole nether hub at first? Like, I thought I had an idea, but it was just a theory. It didn't plan out anywhere near the way it should have looked. And I guess that's why we kind of lost a little bit of interest in it, and there was really no need for us to come back there's still no need for us to come back, but I think it's definitely a part of our world that's lacking, and I've done a terrible job of keeping my oak logs. But yeah, I think overall this is necessary, and we'll get it looking very good. So there we go, that's a start. Now, the thought is, we're probably going to do something along the lines of putting some stairs in here. In fact, maybe even a half slab could be alright. Just to break the area up a bit, and obviously we'll have to get rid of those there. Let's just get rid of a few. We'll do this let's do it up to about there. Good. Alright, and then we're also gonna have to work out how we're gonna get light in, and what we want our walls to look like as well. Because that's quite important, because we don't want this to be boring. We want to have some stuff going on. But we also do want it to be unspawnable and functional, of course. So I'm thinking, I know I'll enjoy the speed paths and stuff, making stuff go fast in the nether, but I feel like I don't feel like it's necessary in our paths. I don't think we're going to be traveling too much in the nether overall. So perhaps just having walking paths is not a bad idea. And in fact, we can maybe even get horses or something in the nether eventually to just help us out, help us around here. So this will be the start. Now, I want to quickly explain to you guys that when we do have this one path going all the way there, if we do want to go sideways, we can always dig out a piece of this wall and carry on sideways. That's the plan. That's my idea. As I said in the last episode, I want this to be nether tunnels, not a normal nether. You know what I mean? Not a normal nether hub where everything comes off the one piece. I want us to get lost in our nether hub. I want us to get lost around the nether in our own world, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, not in the nether. I mean, that's never fun. But just in general, just getting lost in the nether in our own world will be a good idea, I think. So let's do that, and we'll go up to that side, and we'll do the same thing there, just so I can get a bit of a point to start from. There we go. And there we go. Now, it looks like I'm probably going to have to get some more oak logs before we can continue on. But what my thought is, man, I always do it to myself, but using a bit of oak in here, and in fact, this could actually be kind of tricky, because I might have to run a whole line of dirt blocks like what we did there before, just because of this half slab area. You know what I mean? Because you'll see what I mean if you don't understand. Basically, it won't work. We'll only see that bit there, so we have to get rid of it. Now, what we could probably do is something very fancy, something like, how I'd always do some fence corner pieces. I think that could look quite good. And maybe there we can also do a few windows and a bit of a garden, maybe. Maybe we can every now and then do, instead of a wall, do a bit of a garden, just to make things look a bit nicer. I think that would look alright. And also some glowstone probably hanging from the top, like lanterns or even hanging lamps. I've actually, that could be a cool idea. Actually, I want to test this out quickly. We always have these as well, which I do want to work into a build. I don't think they don't have their place. I just think over here where I just used them, they don't have a place there. So what is something I want to put there? There, that one. Good. So I want to test this out. Now I know this won't connect, but we can always do a redstone lamp or something along those lines. And just to kind of do a little bit of a thing like that, and imagine this as a redstone lamp. like along here. That could look alright. And then we can always do the lever on the top, and that would hide it, which would be very good. That's actually a good idea. I think we've got an idea for lighting. Good. Perfect. So what I think I'll do, guys, is I'm gonna need a bunch more of this oak, like a ton more oak. But what I will do before I get that is I've got a bunch of glass. I've also got enough cactus green and a lapis lazuli to get myself a bunch more of that. In fact, I think we might even have overkill amounts right now. We'll go up to 32. Let's do 32, and that will allow us for 4 stacks of glass, which is actually quite a bit. And I know, actually, this probably won't finish it off, but it will do a lot of it. And you can see I've also been having to collect a bunch of wool as well. So do I have I need to get my iron on me. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll go and do a bunch more of this roof. I'll get some more oak wood, and then I'll be back. I thought I'd come to the skeleton farm. Check this out, guys. There was some boots laying down there, and you can see it's just switching boots the whole time. That's hilarious. Oh well, time to die. You two. And you two. Now, the reason I'm here, by the way, is I am getting a bit of levels so that we can get ourselves one of these, because I said I was going to grab a bunch of oak wood, and you can see I haven't actually done anything yet. I've just gone ahead and got some levels so we can get ready to do that, but I just thought it was really funny. I know I'd bring you guys in to see what I thought was somewhat odd. Okay guys, we're back, and I've gone ahead, I've got what we need to get, and I've done a bit of stuff going down the way here. You can see oh, what? How? Maybe just kill someone like this. Nah, okay, never mind, this could end bad. Good. That's a bit weird. I'll have to do something about that to make sure that doesn't happen in the future. But yeah, what I was saying. I've done a bunch of stuff here, and what it is I've just run this whole thing down here, and we've got this the sides all dirted up like I said I wanted to do, and it's actually gone pretty fast, in fact, for me to do this. Now what I'm doing is I'm just thinking of doing a bit of a blank canvas, I guess, just putting in some basic stuff like this, specifically unspawnable stuff on things that face up like this, you know what I mean? Stairs are unspawnable, slabs on the half side or on the bottom side are unspawnable, things like that are all unspawnable. So I thought that was a good idea, and I'll just kind of take out what I don't want. I mean, say for instance I didn't want the spruce anymore. I don't need to go with the spruce. I can always change it at a later stage. And we're also planning on fixing up this portal to make it a full portal so that you only see the portal as you come through here. That will be a good idea, I think. And I'll come back and clean up what I've missed there now as well. Perfect. Alright, so that's the thought. I also want to put in some crafting tables and stuff just along the way as like little things in case ever we needed it while walking down. I think that will be a good idea. And I've also even, actually, I forgot to show you guys something I did a bit earlier, which was getting a bit of a chest going on down here, just in case, for whatever reason, we needed what is that thing called? Flint and steel. That's what it's called. So in here, look at this. Sneaky little chest right there. That'll save us one day, I hope. So this over here is my thought. I think what we'll do is we'll probably go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and right around here is where we're going to be going and putting in another pillar, just to break it up a little bit, like that, and that'll look alright, I think. That'll be fine, yeah. Now what we have to do is we also have to get in some little bits and pieces on the sides, just to make it look a little bit more attractive, I guess. And we'll also be putting in hopefully some windows looking out. Maybe at some stage, who knows, maybe at some stage. That's still in debate. So there, and we'll take those and those. May as well take that. I think that's all we're gonna need, more or less. Very simple build, but I think it'll look alright as soon as we look down here. Yeah. And also, remember, we're also gonna do those little loopy things that I was talking about with the glowstone. So, what I think I'll do now is probably just keep going. And also, actually, is this a good idea? Maybe it isn't. I'm thinking of getting rid of this guy. Let's just do it. Let's get rid of that. Go. Wait. Get out of here. Good. Alright. There we go. Now, I think what we'll do is maybe just continue this on 7, 7, 7. Actually, at the end, well, if it doesn't work out to be 7 at the end, we'll just have to adjust for that. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Bam. In there. Like that. Okay, good. So that seems pretty simple. Now, whoa. Really? Oh, man. So what the next thing will be is probably just adding in some of these on this side, and I'm not too sure whether I'm sold on the whole block over there type thing. Let's just test it out. Because if so, we can always change it up to something else. In fact, I think we will change it up to something else. And the reason for that is it's very oaky, very woody over here. Maybe if we put in a bit of the stone brick or something like that, or even a bit of stone brick and andesite, we can even do a little kind of medley of things, you know what I mean? So, there. Actually, we'll take one of those. And maybe a bit of that. Perfect. Alright, so let's try this out quickly before we carry on. And I also want this to be very lit up, by the way. As I say, I want this to look very bright. So if you're thinking it's looking a bit dull, just ignore that. It's going to be fixed. Now there, and we'll get these guys. Perfect. Now, let's just test this out. Just trial and error things, but I'm fairly certain this will work. Just to get a bit of life into this build. And I do want to use, for instance, I've seen you guys comment saying that you want to see me use a bit more clay and stuff in the builds. I would really love to use clay for a lot of the stuff that we do, but there's also a lot of things that clay just can't work with, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things, specifically with the way I like to build things, there's a lot of odd pieces that might just not work with clay. But if I can get clay to work, I'll get clay to work. But for now, yeah, I think that'll do the trick. That'll definitely do the trick. I feel like we need something else in here. Maybe that can be where we put our little lookout windows. In fact, what will happen if we just do something like that? Nah. Banners would actually look quite good, but if we do this... I don't know. I don't know if we put a window through there, if it'll look alright. I think it'll look a bit odd. Perhaps we'll just do this. I don't want to do another pillar in here, because it'll make it very, very bland, I guess. It's got to be something. I could put lighting in there, but I don't want lighting in the walls. I don't necessarily like that idea. And by the way, that there is just going to be, you can see I've put slabs there just to cover up that little bit there. Okay, maybe we'll have to think about what we're going to do on here, but I think I'll carry on with this idea because I think it will work. And in these corners, perhaps we can even change this up a little bit and put in maybe where we could even do that, actually, thinking of it. We could even put in one of those there and then putting in a cobblestone wall in there just to break it up a bit more and make it look a little bit nicer. I think that'll actually be a good idea, looking at it. Check that out. Yeah, that definitely works a bit better. Breaks up the long, what is it, spruce thing, you know what I mean? What I think I'll do now is, because this is going to take quite some time, I'm going to cut and hopefully we'll get a bunch done that I can show you. Alright guys, so I have pretty much finished off that whole run there. And we have also destroyed the portal and we've moved it up just a little bit to make a bit of room for the other stuff there. Now, I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a second. I'm going to have to find a bit of cobblestone and also a few levers, whatever you want to call them. Let's pop that over there. And I swear I had some wood, some sticks in one of these. Maybe I got rid of them. Okay, so we'll quickly go into this little sneaky toolbox over there. Put that one around there. And then we're also going to need some sticks. And I don't want to use them, but I'm going to do it anyway. Oh, man. I hate doing it, but I have to do it. Well, I don't have to, but I'm going to do it anyway. So there we go. And we should be good to start our lighting. So this is what we're looking at right here. You can see how far it goes. It's not actually too long of a path, but it's quite a big thing that's actually taken significantly more time than I thought it was going to. At the start, it felt like it was going to be a bit quicker. But that's okay, I don't mind. I enjoyed it, and I'm enjoying it. So let's put that in there. And I thought we might as well push this back a little bit, just so if we do want to make it look a little bit prettier, we can. And what I'm going to do is probably put this in there. And we can even maybe just put in a bit of this, just one of these over here, just before we get to the front of the portal. And we can maybe finish off the back with some of that, maybe those, perhaps. Yeah, just one like that to create a little bit of a gap, like a platform to walk up to this. And then what we can do is we can put in the last few here, like there. So now this portal, when we do it, hopefully will be completely hidden. And I've gotten to the end, by the way, to get some of this obsidian. I thought it was a good idea to use some of that stuff instead of using stuff like from the bottom, like from lava. It seems like a bit much work to just get a bit of obsidian. And we need to do something there. Didn't really want to use one of those. They're very precious, but that's okay. So there. Like that. Good. That'll work. So we've got this portal and it should go up to about that height. Maybe we'll go one higher than whatever that is. So we'll just pillar up with this one here. Like that. As we go up here, we had to go up anyway. So may as well make it a worthwhile trip. And who cares? We don't need that. That won't matter in a few minutes' time. So bring that forward. And I want it, as I say, to be one above this. So we'll do that there. And then we'll put these across here. And I hope that all we see is portal. I don't want to see any obsidian. I'm fairly certain we won't see any obsidian doing this way. So let's do that there. And we'll do the same thing over there, but we'll have to go onto that side, I guess. So there we go. And okay, that's all done. Now, I want to, before I forget to do it, make a backing for this, because I've forgotten to do a backing every time I've ever done one of these things. And I think it's about time that we start doing that. So we'll put this in here, and there, and there. Okay, and then the backing, I'm probably just going to do a bit of just a plain color like this. We could even have used clay or something here. It's not important, but it is necessary, so because you can see stuff through it. Like, it's not like you can't not see through the portal. It's just, it makes it a little bit more finished. So there we go. There we go. Okay, that looks good. That'll work. Perfect. So let's step back and pretend that we can see it from afar. Yeah, that'll be awesome. That's really good. We'll put those in now, but what I want to do before we put those in is the lighting situation. We want to fix this up, and I've got a bit of a thought for this. We're going to be putting in a thing here just to fix that up. You can see there's a little bit of an odd piece there, but with this lighting situation, I was thinking of giving it another go, maybe just seeing how this does come out, because I'm not 100% certain that it is coming out right. In fact, we could maybe use this as a solution, because we're going to probably get rid of these and put in, I guess we could put in a bit of andesite just to break it up even more. Like that, and then there and there, with one of those there. If I go to the top, I might be able to, I guess redstone's a little bit buggy right now, but I might be able to actually get this to work for us. So we quickly go up here, and it was over there, obviously. If I power this, actually I could just power this through this, can't I? Yes, I can see that worked. That is awesome. Okay. I don't know if I like it though. Maybe we can try out something different. I want this to be one lower. That's what I want it to be. So actually we'll just do that. And that will make this thing not work again. Yeah, it seems like it's gonna get in the way a little bit as well. That's a pity. Alright, so perhaps, well, not perhaps, that definitely won't work. Maybe if we go from here like this, with just a bit of glowstone, maybe glowstone lanterns will be a good choice. Too low again. So we'll have to do this up on the roof. You know what, maybe that isn't the worst of things. Maybe this won't be a terrible thing to have in there, actually. And there. I had 64, didn't I? Yep, good. You know what? I'm actually not 100% upset with that. That actually doesn't work too badly. That isn't bad at all. But what I think, guys, is I think if you guys have any ideas with that, let me know, because that could be something. But I'm pretty sure we've had quite a bit of time on this episode, so I think what I'll do is between this episode and the next, well, being in the next 5 minutes, I will get this stuff going, and I'll finish it all off, all the lighting and stuff, and then next episode we can come check it out and see how our portal to spawn looks. But I'm really, really happy with it at the moment, and I'm sure you guys will probably get a little spoiler in the thumbnail, because I always like to do that. I always take my thumbnails after I've finished the thing that I said I was going to finish, and I try and hide a lot of it, but you guys might catch on a little bit. In fact, this one here, I'd already built majority of this stuff before I took the thumbnail. But yeah, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.